So yeah, this is the part two of preparing the field for your marriage and making sure you have a happy and fulfilling marriage, so that your children, it provides very nice nurturing ground for your children to be with. Uh, I'm going to explain the important needs which people have in relationships. I'm not going to cover everything because I'm just taking the top 10 needs which basically most people have. But if you have your own specific needs, I think it's important for you to communicate that to your partner, so that you decide that it can be met by your partner. So it's very important to communicate in a marriage. So let's start off with women in general. So why I have classified these as two different, these five needs here, these five needs here, is because it's not that all of these needs are important to everybody. So one of the major reasons why I've classified these as separate is because, like, through experience and through research and a lot of articles from Dr. W.F. Harley, he says that like these five needs are the five important needs for women, and these five needs are the five important needs for men. And usually, the topmost need for men is usually the least important need for women. So the first important way you can evaluate your marriage is, like, both men and women watching this, is like, I want you to see how much affectionate you are to your wife, because that's her most priority need. She wants to feel safe and she wants to feel love and affection. She wants to get that. So how much are you doing that? How often are you sending her flowers? How buying gifts? Or how much are you complimenting her? How much are you making her feel loved? Are you sending a text when you're from work saying that you miss her, or you like to meet her today after work, or something like that? I want to take her out for dinner. All those things of little words of affection and making sure she's happy and safe. And so for men out there, how many of you are really doing that? The second thing is conversation. So women have this general urge that they need somebody to talk to and listen. They're not really looking for advices from men or anything, but men normally just go in there and just try to solve their problems and want to fix things, because we are just fixers and we love to solve problems. But it's just important to just give a ear and listen empathetically, like what they're telling you. Like, just listen sincerely. It can be about anything. It can just be about something that happened at work and she just wants to let it out. You're not looking for a solution at all. And most women have that need to have a general conversation with their partner every day. And it's very important that men give their ears to that, because a lot of men think, what the hell, that's like the most boring thing in the world. But for women, it's very important, right? Like just for example, let's just say you like to play cricket, or you like to go to the gym or go for a walk, and for that's very important to you. And maybe even watching the cricket match is very important to you. And your wife might say, what the hell, man, like that's like the most irritating thing on the planet. Just switch off that TV and talk to me, right? So the thing is, like, how much important that cricket match is to you, right? And actually you also need to realize that how much important that conversation is for her. So both men and women need to understand that these both things are like very important to each other, and it's important that you both make that compromise and say that, yeah, I will listen to you, and you also please let me watch the cricket match. And it's more than you asking her to make you watch the match. If you yourself understand your man's needs and let him have his recreation, it's like one of the best things a man can have. And if you can just go and talk to your wife and just listen to her, that's one of the best gifts you can give her. So that's like the number two need which women need to give, like to feel happier in their marriage. So now, a lot of people just ask me, like, okay, so who's going to start first, right? Who's going to satisfy the needs first? So I would say, like, it's very simple. Just follow the social order, and like, a man leads, a man provides. So as a man, I would request all husbands to take the lead and lead your partners into the way of beautiful lives you want to create. So it's about the men to be leaders in the relationship. And don't worry, men, women just love it, no matter what they say these days, about feminism and all that. No way. Men have to lead, and it's really attractive. And I would request all men to just start off, just go and be their affectionate to your wives. They're giving you something back in return or not, we'll talk about that later. So just let's start off by satisfying their needs. So one of the first needs is being affectionate. Second is having good conversations to them. That's basically listening to them and seeing what they have to say. And maybe you can actively give your points during that conversation, but it's very important to give a lending ear, and you don't have to be passive about it, but be very honest and just genuinely give them that time so that they could talk to you. The third important need which every girl has is, though a lot of women are working today and they're making a lot of money and maybe sometimes even more than their partners, it is important for them to have a partner who is actually financially stable. And it's not like just financial stability, it's not just financial stability, it's just they have this need that a man has to go to work, right? Like they just want the man to go to work. They don't like a man sitting at home, even if his money is just falling on his lap. They don't like it. So what's the background of this, right? So we've all like evolved from being cavemen, and finally we're right now in our corporate world sitting in cubicles. So if you look at the evolution, right? A man was supposed to provide. He was supposed to go and hunt. He was supposed to go gather those vegetables and fruits from those trees, climb, have an adventure, risk his life for providing the food. And women had this natural urge within her to nurture that man, because when he comes back tiredly after his hunt, when he brings back food back to the cave, so he just wants to lie down on his woman's lap, and the woman just wants to take him and nurture him. So that was the situation where we were in, where women had this need to nurture and men had a need to provide. So it's very important for you to go to work and find a way to provide, because that sort of creates this need in the woman to nurture you. So they have this tendency to nurture, right? You can't nurture someone who hasn't done any hard work, who is just probably sitting at home, right? So it's very important that you're bringing in the money and making sure that there's financial stability. At the same time, you go to work. So that's like one of the important needs women have these days. More than even the money, I think it's important to have like a basic income and yet go to work rather than a very high salary, because we just need the basic needs satisfied for your children to grow, right? Okay, so the fourth important need which women have is men to be honest and open and be communicative in the relationship. So when men decide to talk and be honest, one thing it's very attractive to them, because one thing is like women are conditioned in the society not to be honest, not to hide their feelings, because they are constantly in this fear of being judged. So if you want your woman to open up, you have to open up first. You have to talk about your vulnerabilities, what's making you angry, what's making you sad, what you don't like about her, and what you want things to change in the relationship, and all those things about anything. You need to be open to her. You need to be brutally honest, and that honesty is what is going to create a good feeling of trust between two partners. And if and the more honest you become, and eventually you train her to become honest and be non-judgmental and accepting of the truths, right? The more you face your truths, you're going to be accepting of the other person's truths as well, right? So it's very important for you to be honest and open, because that creates a very strong trust and a feeling of a good bond in a marriage, right? So, and finally, it's family time. And family time is about spending time with the family and being there in the house, taking care of your kids, helping your spouse in the kitchen, maybe doing the dishes and all that little help. And that's like the family time which every girl craves from her man in her marriage, that she wants a man to give her the family time. She wants her to play with the kids. She wants a man to teach the kids to do what to do and what not to do and all that stuff. So it's men, please understand that marriage is about balance, and it's about providing all those little things in different ways, right? You don't have to do everything, but you can do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. And that whole thing really creates a very secure and safe environment for your wife, and she feels safe and happy, and that releases all those happiness chemicals which I talked about in the previous video. Okay, now let's come to men, right? So men. So what's a man's first need, right? Yeah, sex. Yeah, come on. So why do we get married? Yeah, come on. Yeah, we can just be friends with anybody. But why do we get married? Because we think that gives us a feeling of that we don't have to strive hard for sex. Like we have sex, like we need to have sex. It's like our need, right? It's like within our biology. Like women just saying, "What, you guys are crazy? You want sex all the time?" No, that's like, it's just like saying that you girls are crazy. You just want to talk all the time, right? So please understand, men, women, that these things are needs and these are very essential for both people. It's just like how a dog needs bones to survive and how a horse needs hay to eat. These are things that each other need, right? You can never say to a dog that stop eating bones, or you can never say to a horse that come on, stop eating that grass, or something like that, right? It's just like that. It's like how ridiculous it sounds for both of them. You please need to understand that it is their need and it is very, very important to them. And the moment you understand that in a marriage, that yeah, I am here to provide her that need, and he is here and she is here to provide my needs. Like you need to have that balance, right? That both of you are willing out of love to satisfy each other's needs, because you love each other and you want to love each other more. You want to make sure there is love, to create love, whatever, right? Either you have love or to create love, you need to do this, right? And that is the right environment for your children to grow. So yeah, so usually if men are giving very affectionate to their wives, it's very easy, right? It's like if you're very affectionate to your wives are going to have sex with you, so don't worry about it. And make sure, and women, please make sure you're having a very good time in bed. Please, like, because it's very important for a man to feel satisfied. And men too, it's also, and women also have the need of sex, because yeah, they also have a biology and they also want to make love and everything. So yeah, guys, please don't be jerks. Please make sure your wife is also happy, and see how both of you can work out your sex lives and have a good sex life. Yeah, so next need which men have is recreation company. Like yeah, every guy probably in India wants to, just loves watching cricket. They like to play cricket, watch cricket. There are some people who just love to play sport. Different people have different recreations though. Like my recreation is, I'm not much of a sports person. I do a lot of running and I probably go to the gym, but my major recreation is to read and to talk about the different books I read. And I would definitely feel very happy if my girlfriend, she comes and talks to me about any of the books I read, and she gives me that company where we can just discuss about books. So in that way, I'm very lucky to have someone who can, I can really share my knowledge about the different books I read, and who understands the psychology and stuff like that. But otherwise, it's important for the other partner to make an effort to understand what's your partner's recreation and decide to be a part of it. So if your husband likes cricket, make sure you watch cricket with him, right? So that's really going to make them feel that their need for recreation company is met. Otherwise, they're going to go out with their friends and do their drinking and stuff. But eventually, that's not going to strengthen your marriage, right? You want whatever is possible. You need people to do within the marital setup. So that's the whole point here. Yeah. So next thing is attractive partner. So men have this need to have an attractive partner. It's not that that they're interested in sex, but it's just beauty just makes us happy. Like you need to. So it's important more than being attractive. It's about making an effort to be attractive to your husband. So and girls, you don't have to be feeling insecure that the guy is constantly behind attractive women. No, actually, when it comes to marriage, they just want their partners to look beautiful. Actually, not for them alone, for them, they just want the girls to be prettier for themselves. Not just for us. We just want you to be pretty as a whole and be attractive and because there's also a social need that a man derives when he is with an attractive person, right? And I think women also agree that they also have that need, right? When you're going out and when you're going out with your husband, you don't want him to be shabby and badly dressed and not combed his hair or not taken a bath. So what's that? Like it's a part of his personality, it's part of his attraction, right? So why do you do that, right? That's the same thing. So men have those needs, but somehow when people talk those needs, like people just get offensive about all that stuff. So it's like, and we will not talk about it. So, but the thing is like just like how you want your man to make money and provide, a man also needs a girl to be attractive for him. So please, this is nothing personal. This is just like people have different needs, and all these needs are equal. And there's nothing like this need is better and that need is not good and la 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 la. No. Like these are all needs, and men and women need to understand and see how they can provide these and how they can satisfy these needs. Yeah, the other need is which women need to provide men is peace at home. But currently that's like a big problem because we live in a current modern day where men go to work, women go to work as well. But a man's need for coming back home and having peace at home, where his wife would come and give him a cup of coffee, or, give him a massage, or just hug him and make sure he's relaxed. Those opportunities for peace at home is currently reducing. It's like almost not there for a lot of men because even women are working, they're coming back home, and now they also need peace at home. They need somebody to give them some coffee, give them a head rub, and all those things. But no matter what, like just like how no matter what, like even if women are working these days, they want a financially stable husband. Similarly, no matter what, even if women are working these days, men want peace at home, right? Like you want financial stability, at the same time they still want peace at home. It's just like they just have that need. It's like codified in our genes from evolution, and it's in our DNA, and we can't deny it. We have to accept that we have those needs. And so peace at home is very important. And when you're in a marriage, please make sure that you are having peace at home. And when a man comes, it's important not to bug him with any of those problems right away. So the first few hours or first half an hour when people get back home, it's supposed to be peaceful, and it's important for the woman to make sure a man has peace at home. And finally is admiration. It's like men, yeah, we crave admiration and we want admiration. Unfortunately, like as things get complex in our work lives, we work and we're just stuck in this routine for making money, that we are not really deserving the right amount of admiration and praise in our lives. So finally we crave that from home, right? So, and most men come to me and they say that they are not being admired even for those. They come and tell me like I make like I make like ₹1,00,000 of salary every month, and I give like 80,000 to my wife, and she does everything, but yet I don't feel admired. I don't feel like my efforts are being validated, right? So men want to be admired for whatever they do. It can be anything. And suppose if your husband has a particular talent which you haven't noticed, I want you to please think about it, that what is the particular talent that your partner has that which you really haven't cared about. Maybe you don't like him playing the guitar, but if he is someone who plays the guitar, he would definitely want somebody to admire him for him playing the guitar. Maybe you just don't like that instrument, but doesn't matter. If he will need that admiration, else he will seek that admiration somewhere. So, and that's the same thing for women as well. So when if men, you don't give those things to your women, they will seek it somewhere. So it's absolutely natural. Like if you're not giving her time to talk, she'll probably talk to her friends, and the more they talk to other people, the bond between the spouses slowly starts to break, right? So I want you to each of you, I want you to just evaluate where you stand in these 10 things. Are you being affectionate to your wife? Are you giving her the conversation? Are you providing the financial stability? Are you being honest and open? Are you giving the family time? And then you can say, yes, okay, fine, I evaluate myself as whatever. Okay, I'm 80% okay, and I need to work on this. And similarly, women, just look at this, like, where are you standing? Are you giving him sex? Are you being a part of his recreation? Are you being attractive enough for him? Taking care of your beauty and making sure you're pretty cool and dressed? And are you giving him peace at home? Are you like continuously nagging him? Are you admiring him for the things he does and what he's doing, and for his hobbies and for his regular stuff he does in his life? Is he feeling admired? Have you ever said, yeah, this is good, you're doing a great job, thank you? Have you ever said all those things? So this is very important for you to evaluate the different needs and how you're satisfying, so that once you know those needs, and then it becomes easier to just meet them. And why you're going to meet them? Because you love them. And it's always beautiful when you do things for the people you love, and there's nothing wrong about it, there's no ego there. And I'm not asking you to go and do some social service. Social service begins at home. And please guys, I hope you you enjoyed this video and you can evaluate your needs and start following them and create this beautiful field for your children to grow.